May the Most High Creator of all bless us. There's a reason why I just come on here and I say I warn or I alert. I alert means no fear, but be mindful. To be aware is to be alive of the spiritual traps and danger around you. Half of you all think you got some sort of inner power and you have rank. I swear on everything I love, you are sadly mistaken. I have no fear because I ended up by default seeing, or maybe it was meant, destiny, for me to see the spiritual being that I have within. But I knew the only reason that it connected with me is because I have a high connection to the Most High Creator of all. Most of you all think that you are, excuse me, most of you all think that you are your own gods, and you're sadly mistaken. You can unsubscribe to me and never talk to me again, because most of you don't want to know the principles behind the power. You just want the power. And you will be another Satanist. Best believe there was a time of Babylon, not on a Christian level, but there was a place called Babylon where they practiced the darkest of magics. See, the thing is, people don't know is they don't read. And a lot of these things have been published. There have been people that cried out and wrote their experiences of what they escaped. I'm gonna keep going in. A lot of y'all do the same thing that these occultists did, which is do what thou wilt. Alright? You all worship yourselves as God and don't believe that there's a Most High Creator of all. Some of you even think that you all are made in dark forces within, and you are from the demons, and you all worship, you all even think the Baphomet is a thing of righteousness. But righteousness has nothing to do with spiritual religion. It's deeper than that. And the Baphomet is not the Baphomet. It's much worse, and I'm gonna explain what it is, because it's one of those demons. It is. There are some people who's being duped into believing in otherwise because of this new age do what thou wilt. Alright? You will hear Satanists and people that believe in these things say that it's not about that, it's about living life and having fun. But no, it's not. This thing been going back since the times of ancient Babylons. There were more than one Babylons on earth. This thing pops up. Evil always rear its snake head. The goat. Occultist. So there are people within a certain group, alright? I'm not even mentioning the mundane people who don't believe in God. I'm talking about the people who do know that the spiritual world exists. Even in that, you have people that still don't believe that there is a higher, most high. Alright? So there are usually different types of people in spirituality. You got the mystic, who the mystic, what they do is they don't even search for anything else other than the Most High, which most people call God. They just search for that direct connection towards God, okay? Then you have the esoterists, which their path isn't clear, but they have different routes to their connection to God. Alright? They observe different levels of reality. They observe different encounters with beings on the way as well, and different levels of spiritual growth along the way to the Most High. Then you have your occultism, your occultists, which a lot of people are. And the occult world is the most dangerous because those are people who want direct power towards something, whether it is for good or bad intentions. The ego is directly involved, whether it's for recognition, whether it's for some sort of fulfillment, inner fulfillment, of power, something other than God or the Most High, but more selfish reasoning is behind it. And on the dark side, the occultist is expendable. Someone who wants to use that power or come into contact with some of the forces here on earth and in the spiritual realm, and things he or she learn along the way to perform things good or bad. Examples: the use of pentagrams, tarots, rituals, Ouija board, and seances are just some examples. Basic tools of the magician used to summon forces, which indeed has a physical impact on our world and is universally practiced everywhere. Basically, through the use of spirits or some unseen forces for the gain of one's benefit, usually guided by the ego. Okay. The occultist thinks they can manipulate demons and dark energies and forces with its rituals and tools, but these forces aren't willing to practice because of the harsh relationship when summoning evil or negative entities. The occult practitioner must threaten and insult the forces there to obey its command. Alright, so you have to use powerful secret names of the Most High and, in different religions and stuff to control these things, because these things are direct enemies of the light and humans, period. We are made from the light. Though we have some dark principles, everything is balanced, but these forces are not balanced. Okay, so you have to threaten these forces to obey its command because of the binding of words and sigils used to trap the entities. Trust and believe, when calling on these type of entities, they always find a loophole for you, and the karmic forces will come back on you 100-fold. That's why many practitioners' lives take turns for the worst. I have no enemies in the flesh, but I am forever the eternal enemy of the spirit of evil and darkness. People are choosing willingly nowadays in 2020 to worship themselves as God, even honoring Satan and the he-goat, known to modern man as the Baphomet. But there are things about the Baphomet that I'm about to get into. See, the thing sometimes is called Baal, the he-goat. And this thing goes back to child sacrifices. You remember I told you it's different times of the year that they worship this thing annually, every year. This is one of them things, like I told you, it changes the energy in the womb. Alright? And I once knew I had a friend that died, right? And I met his grandmother, and his grandmother used to practice Santa Maria. That is one of the most potent witchcraft. It's mixed with Spanish and African descent type of witchcraft mixed in, and it's very potent. And she said she was being initiated to be Satan's bride, one of Satan's bride, many bride, as a witch. And the 4 women involved had on all white, and she had on like a different color. I don't know if it's black or some color. And they did whatever they had to do with the tools, like I said, and there was a knock. There was a couple of knocks at the door, and the atmosphere started to change. It was very sinister and dark, just like when I seen the Hat Man. She said she opened the door, and the rest of the women were quivering in terror and hiding because she had to open the door. Now, when she opened the door, she said she was greeted by a devil. He had short horns. He had burnt, scaly red skin, like crimson red skin, like it was burnt red, glowing red, and it had a long tail, and it had goat feet as goat. One was shorter than the other. Okay, now that is a demon. And it had a book. It carried a book, and it wanted her name in the book. But the only way it could come into the threshold is if she invited it through the door to come in. She said she was so scared she jumped back and fell on the ground, and she got up and picked up like a stick or something and started hitting on the goat, the man, the burnt man with the horns, and he started cursing at her, and she started to pray but she didn't worship the Bible and stuff like that. She didn't read the Bible, so all she did was put Jesus and different things together. but her heart was really there. When she seen this thing, her heart really gave over to the light. So it started getting angry. It was like, your name will be in the book and all that. She had to put her name in the book in blood. So she was crying, man, and this thing tried to grab her through the door and pull her. It used the tail to whip around. She said the tail whipped around her arm, and she started hitting the tail, and she slammed the door on the tail, and it started cussing at her and doing all this stuff. And it pulled its tail back, and she was crying, man. And like I said, I'm gonna get in deep. So you have people from these different powerful things. I'm telling you, most people think like, oh man, see, I blame Hollywood for kind of throwing water on it to make it seem like, oh, this is just hocus pocus, but this is real. The government knows about these things, and it's more prevalent than you think. And a lot of people keep worshiping yourself as God, and watch what happens. I swear on everything I love. That's why I'm here. I am here to alert you and warn you. This isn't about unlocking yourselves. And a lot of my brothers, man, you guys, like I said, I'm no enemy of the flesh, but I'm enemy of your spirit. A lot of you all are so lost on this journey of spiritualism and looking for your higher being that you're even dowsing into these ancient beings of evil, thinking it's good. And it still goes back to do what thou will is the whole of the law. Meaning Satanism is really about fun and enjoying the mundane life, but behind it is the true beast. That's why you see all these artists and stuff like that. They throw up the Baphomet, and it's not even a Baphomet. That is Baal, the he-goat, the goat. All right, now let's go into this. Now, I told you in the beginning that in another one of my videos, these sacrificial demons come around when you sacrifice children and humans, men and women. And a lot of them go missing each year because Baal is to be sacrificed to annually, every year. He comes up when you murder children. And I'm going to go in even further than that because it's ancient. This is what they practice. So this is the MTV commercial. This white little Caucasian girl represents the one being sacrificed. The priest, the witnesses, right? Right. This is Baal, the spirit of Baal. The twins. Now, you usually have twinning and stuff like that. That is to show dualism, okay? Now, you see, they have the little Caucasian girl as a sacrifice. This represents her being sacrificed, the blood. The two children holding her up. You have the priest. Alright. You see the Baphomet, the hand up, and the priest is right there, the dark priest. And the children sacrifice and bowing, right? It looked like he's choking another one in front of the Baphomet. The sacrifice. Alright. Now I'm going to show you this. Rest in peace to my buddy that died, man. His grandmother wasn't lying. This is the demon she saw. The one that they call the devil. There are many of these things. Even religious people are being duped into believing there's one devil and all. There are many of these things. You see the Pope. The dark figure, alright, the old man that was sitting in a chair in the commercial, the Baphomet, aka Baal. This is Baal, and this is sacrifice. This is an old painting and old books depicting what they do at the witches' sabbath, and these beings pop up, just like how I seen the Hat Man and the so-called Reaper. The Reaper is right here, the shadows of death, and this is also a demon, a shadow of death, a higher one. Alright, this is Baal, and this is the devil, the Pope, the one being sacrificed. Okay, now I'm going to show you some more. Let me go to another one. Alright, I'm going to show you some more. These are from the accounts of people who witness what they do at these black Sabbaths. As you see, Baal, you sacrifice bodies to these people. Okay, let's go again. I see another one. These are people, right? They dress up as Baal while they have the book. And let me show you something too. See, again, the goat, the woman sacrificed, the helpers. That's what you've seen in this commercial. Alright, then read these books, man. Angelic defenders and demonic abusers. These are real things that go on from accounts from people that literally went through abuse. And look, this is why I have problems getting the views and the likes, because our society is a satanic society. Do what thou wilt. We follow all their trends. LOL is not laughing out loud. It's Lucifer our Lord. YOLO, you only live once. No, it's youth obeying Lucifer's orders. Swag, Satan's wishes are granted. ROFL, rise, our Father Lucifer. BRB, Beelzebub rules below. That is another demon. WTF, worship the fallen. Alright, I'm gonna go on, because I'm basically trying to show that a lot of brothers now are falling for the crap. Okay, and another thing is, here's Baal again. Now at the witches' Sabbath in the medieval days, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. What these people have to do is, when Baal shows up at when you're doing these sacrifices and these different things, they would have to lift the tail up and kiss the anal of the demon Baal, and these different demons, Satan and all these different things. They would have to kiss the anal, and there's a face inside of the anal with a tongue and everything, and they have to kiss it. Do you see the depiction of them looking sad? That's because they have to do it. These are the things that you all say that you're worshiping in real life. These are ancient, from ancient times. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. And let me tell you something. Look at this. The lady who practiced Santa Maria, she wasn't lying. Do you see the book? You see the book that the Crimson Devil had? The short horn, she said. He has a tail, and he carries a book with the book of names. These are real life sacrifices that goes on around us. When these people are missing, the majority of these people are doing it, and some of these people are real prevalent in society. They might be a doctor, they might be professors at Harvard or something, teachers or whatever. They're all around us at your job, in your neighborhoods. So it's a lot of people that would try to defend these things, not knowing the true nature of it. There's a baby right there being murdered. There's a woman being sacrificed as well. This is to Baal. Even the devil salutes Baal. And Baal is a goat, the he-goat, the goat that everybody always want to be, with the shadows of death. If you were to read books like the Book of Shadows and different things like that, you would know the nature of what's going on in society. And that's fucked up. Look, this is from a child who was ritualistically abused. And she had a drawing used in court, and they got away with it. They put Dr. Mark, this was the nurse. She witnessed a murder. There's the blood. The person was killed. all to the upside down star, which represents Baal, the he-goat. There are many of these. They wrote books. Now, let's go back to this. There's the sacrifice, the twins, the priests, the nurse, the old man, the pope, right? Baal is summoned by the tree, the twins, the twinning, the other being murdered, the woman. It's always a child with a grown-up being murdered. In front of the priestess, she's being strangled in front of Baal. May the Most High Creator bless us.